Okay, Touhou time. You love all the spell cards in this game? I might have to disagree. Like, come on. Small box, large box, really? That's not low enough yet. Janae Miku, World is Mine? No, it's mine. SMH, overrated Vocaloid song. Mid. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's solid. See, you can like World is Mine, that's fine. If it's your favorite Miku song, then you're a cringe normie. Although, also, if you say your favorite Vocaloid song, any as a whole, is any Deco 27 song, I'm also banning you from my chat immediately. If I have to hear freaking Rocky Roll one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. on. Holy crap, I did it. They've had safe ones. Thank you for my help. Neat. Non 2 is kind of tight. Nice. Oof. Chunky frame drop. I hate the LNNs. Hey, Mount Ulu. Lord 1, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Nice, we're on stage 4. Oh, that's good damage. Played really wide there. Yeah, we're good. That was not a pleasant spirit destruction, but I fortunately played wide enough around it. Maybe I should look in that green talisman part there. We should be careful about going up at that very last red wave. Hello, Satori. Dude, you gotta feel bad for Satori with her name. Imagine you're human, you're like, oh yeah, what's your name, human? Ooh, shoddy. Ooh, shoddy. I hate the demon prey. A little shortcut there. I'm out of energy drink. See, the thing is about drinking energy drinks is it really helps me in the first 3 stages. But, like, when I'm on stage 5 and my heart rate's already going, I don't need it. Although this late at night, I definitely do. Especially at the end of the week. Got a lot more patient on the very first wave of that. Like the first part of the first wave. I feel like that's helping me read things a little better on it. And be in a slightly better position for when you actually have to make the hard dodge. Oh, I should have gone through the one on the left. I had the choice of direction, and I picked the wrong one, I guess. Probably a double death, isn't it? Ooh, wonderful. That's a double death every time. See, the death to Catswalk wasn't a result of the mid-non death, but unfortunately dying to both of them delays the Catswalk, so my skip doesn't work. And so I died at the post-Catswalk section. Yippee! Whatever, pace. The unfortunate nature of that mid-boss is it's so volatile. So what's important isn't necessarily getting past it, but getting to it as often as I can. To give myself more odds of getting runs past it. I don't trust going right on that. Hey, 1,000 caps of this. Ooh, an 18-second kill? Why don't cheese me? Why? This game with the mouse mod not too long ago on a drawing tablet. That is certainly a way to play Touhou. On a drawing tablet, too. Hold on one sec. I love the LNNs. I feel like a sort of touchpad style control scheme might make playing a game like this really smooth, but I think it would kind of come down to like how responsive slash like how the movement actually like it that would be real. You'd have to feel it to tell if it's actually like good or not. Like, on the surface, it sounds like it could be better than, like, D-pad controls, but... No, it's steering wheeling. Steering... I almost said wheeling. Steering wheelchair. Come on, we got the, I'll figure out how to play this game using, the Wii Remote with the Mario Kart Wii steering wheel. Motion control Touhou. No, they use like the Wii sensor bar. It'll be like the point. Although you do have to be careful if you're using like controlling with an actual like mouse controller would be one thing, but if you're controlling with like your hand, even if you're holding like a stylus or something, like you gotta be careful of your hand blocking the way of the screen. I think ultimately it'd probably make the game easier, but like, again, I think that just comes down to like, I think that'd come down to play experience. It's also weird to say because like, I don't feel like there's many people who are like, who would go high level grinding, like the amount of time you need to high level grind to like see how it feels for like a son of a run like this, but because you know I could pop up, you know, say I get something that lets me like play like that, do it for a special one timer, but like it wouldn't be as good as if I had, you know, done that for a week or a month straight, right? Oh, I paused. Bro's literally cheating. I paused to try to get a read of the screen. Although I don't know how much I buy the, so parts are easier, but largely depends on reaction time. Not that that's necessarily a wrong statement, but because I feel like that's like every control scheme. Might be really good, but it does probably depend on your reaction time. Bro's reacting on a grandpa level reaction time. I don't feel like any control scheme is going to be the best. Get the boomers out here playing Touhou on Atari joystick. Just like the single. You could be the quirky person and be like, play Touhou with Dance Dance Revolution, the dance mat. Well, I'm sure people have done that before. I'm sure that is a thing people have done. I don't think I've ever seen it. People do it myself, but I am guaranteed people have actually cancels the gravity effect on Oku's last spell. Oh, I'd love to play. Can I just play with that mod regularly, please? I am a certified Sub-Sun hater. I could definitely see with something like mouse control or specifically like using a stylus, how the gravity would really mess up how the control is. You go away, you stupid piece of... It's crazy, though. I feel like of all the crazy control schemes, though, like, someone has to have done that one. Like, that one's, like, I feel like every game I've seen people be like, oh, hey, can you do that with a DDR dance mat, though? So I'm sure somebody's tried it at some point. Try to play Touhou with the Guitar Hero guitar. Just going through the weird controller schemes that people might have tried at some point, or could try at some point. I gotta sneeze. Oh, get me to this part quickly. Unfortunately, the sneeze never came. Also, am I supposed to pronounce that? What is this wall? I think I could make that gap, but I don't 100% trust it. Am I supposed to pronounce that name as Florid 1, or is it like a Floridone? Or is it some ambiguous third way? Am I supposed to pretend to speak French while pronouncing it? Go Floridone, oui oui. Like when you said like Floridone. You have to pronunciate the underscore. You're right. Just like how I should call you 00001011, right? 11. Me trying to pronounce Damiko's name. I don't know. I don't know the Japanese symbols. The problem with some names, or some words, honestly, with the English language, it's just like, how is it trying to go? Because, like, the early part of that word being the florid seems like it makes well enough sense. Seems pretty straightforward. Like, you can't really get that part wrong, I feel. But then it's like, okay, you know, I see O-N-E. It's like, okay, you could look at one. You know, but of course, I think you could go for the Don. You could go for like the Don-A, if the E is pronounced, you know, or you could go for like the Dun, like for Dun because D-O-N-E. I think it just depends on what you're more used to pronouncing in your regular life is what you're gonna. Can you just not drop like a rock? Yugi doing her best Yamame impression? What? My question, Damikos, is: are the Japanese letters in your name Does that, like, say Damikos, or does that say something else? Zuzu. Best thing more than you just said. Okay. So just speaking of pronouncing names, and I saw your name in the chat, and I was like, I don't know if I've ever asked that question. Dos Alfonso sucks at Demon Parade. Hey, I'm like 50-50 on it. Which is probably better than 99.9% of the human population. For what that's worth, I guess. What's the worst cap rate spell right now? Probably Cat's Walk? In this game specifically, of course. Probably Cat's Walk or Sub-Sun. I think Cat's Walk is still a little below 1/3, so I'm pretty sure it's Cat's Walk. Pretty sure it's Cat's Walk and, like, PETA and Sub-Sun are, like, second place. I think they're probably close. I think with how much I've practiced... Not PETA, UNR. My UNR is a worse rate than PETA. I know that one off the top of my head. But I think with how much I've practiced UNR, especially in comparison to Sub-Sun in all the games, I mean, that's kind of hard to say, because, like, there are some... Touhou 18 and Touhou 17 spells where I probably am like 0 for 2, right? So that kind of seems like disingenuous. Like, the only two games I'm really, like, confident saying, like, trusting my spell rates for are this and 7, because I spent so much time on them, right? And none of my cap rates in 7 should be as bad as Cat's Walk. Although, trusting my cap rates in 7 is also kind of weird. Because, like, 7 doesn't track cap rates as well as, like, this game does. So it's kind of hard to, compare. Because like I can only get a feel of my PCB cap rates rather than what they actually are. Like, if I took all the cap rates as a whole, theoretically, it would probably be spam. But like, I feel like spam would probably have a worse cap rate than even Cat's Walk. But spam doesn't have a cap rate, so it's impossible to actually say for that one, because there is no true cap rate. That was unpleasant. That was also unpleasant. Just count by hand. You're right. Ooh, what a frame loss. That was a tactical frame loss. Bro's cheating, actually. I feel like there are a handful of bosses throughout Touhou that I could also add into the comparison rate, like Clown Piece. I have a lot of Clown Pieces. So, like, I feel like I could throw Clown Piece into the realm when I'm talking about spell card consistency, or spell card rates, but I don't think I could take any other boss from that game. And even then, if I'm talking about my least capped spell, there's no way it's a flat piece spell, I feel. Although even then, if we're talking attempts for that, we're like, what, maybe 100, maybe to 200? Compared to something like Mountain Toss, where I'm well over 1,000. Although, like, Takamak and Sub-Sun in this game, I'm only in the 200 for. Because PCB only tracks records if you complete the thing. If you complete the run or the practice for it. If you reset in the spell, it will not track that as an attempt. Unlike a modern game. There, I dodged in the middle that time. You happy, 11? Ugh. What? I hate the Demon Prey! I didn't actually mean to reset there. September by the Hated. Looks like September is a cool spell. I like it. I don't think it would be my number one, although I could be mistaken. But the more and more I contemplate it, I feel like although it's kind of impossible to really tell, like I said, because PCB cap rate tracks it differently. And now the more I'm thinking about it, it wouldn't work because it's a non-spell. I was gonna say, Lunasa non-2 comes to mind, but that's a non-spell, so there is no cap rate for it. Like, I feel like, I don't think that would be worse than, like, Spam or Cat's Walk, but I feel like that would definitely be up there. Hellgod Sword probably has a below average spell rate, probably high up on that list. And Yomu Final might be my worst spell rate from that game, I feel, from PCB. But I don't think it would be below. I don't know. It's really hard to say. You know, Yamame has that really poofy outfit. Do you think that's because she likes it aesthetically, or because she's got a big butt? She has other construction tools in there. Ha! Joke's on you! You fell for my engagement bait. I got you to put a message in the chat so it bumps up my Twitch numbers. You fool! You fell right for it. This is the common streamer thing. You gotta bait your chat into engaging in conversation. joke's on you, this is the only reason I ever say questionable things in the first place, just a engagement farm. Could be an aesthetic thing, yeah. Because it's kind of similar to, like, Kokoro's dress, right? I don't know what that type of outfit is called, but so there's clearly, like, more versions of it. Ah, yeah, it's like an 11 here, falling for my engagement farming. Like YouTube videos, I'd be like, don't forget to answer the question of the day in the comments below. Easy engagement bait. Especially if you, like, just, like, say something really, like, controversial, or just out there. Just kind of like some wild statement. What is the question of the day? The question of the day is, best Touhou ship that is not a common ship. Because I always have to, I have to remember to throw these early on in the runs to get people fired up in case I ever get the LNN. I'm thinking, Merlin and Kagero. Perfect. Dude, what a good ship, I feel. Merlin's dressed in, like, all white. That's, like, that's, like, common, like, daytime thing. And then, like, Kagero, you know, the werewolf all about the nighttime. Boom. The perfect pair. Like, come on. It's unbelievable how they're made for each other. So don't forget to comment down below what your thoughts on that ship are. And also, in a separate comment, make sure to leave your own. For a favorite, least for a favorite uncommon ship. Big fan of Renosuke X Jimbo. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My YouTube analytics show that only 25% of my viewers are subscribed. This is the run. Well, that's why I gotta do it every run, right? Come on. So when it inevitably is the run, you know, it gets in there. See, yeah. If every run is the run, then none will be. Coral Reef, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Excuse me, Coral with a K. Reef. Don't want to get that one wrong. Could you go away? Yeah, I kind of did myself dirty with that. Appreciate the good luck and the have fun. I don't know what the K stands for, though. I'm going to pretend that it wasn't a typo and that you're actually trying to say something else. But I don't know what it is you're applying with it, so... But I am having fun. You know why? Because it's a Friday. And you know what a Friday means? It's a... it's a weekend. It's fine. It was a little scuff there for a second. Go away. I almost wanted to say another cringe thing again, but I decided I should help against it. Also, I broke a shackle, it's over. Okay, Mount Uwu. See, Hobbs, it's in the same line of every time I fight that spell, I have to say Mount Uwu. So that, someone, if it's the run, you know, someone inevitably tries to correct me in the comments saying it's Mount Owe. Just for engagement farming, boom. Like, you gotta get ahead of the game. You gotta learn the strats. That's right, yeah, see? I don't know what engagement farming is going to do in the Touhou scene, though, because I don't feel like in the LNN scene, the ceiling for streaming and content is that high. Not Uwu, but never Owu. Or Owo. Unless I could somehow find a way to make other Touhou content that appeals to a broader audience to attract more people in. But I don't. Oh, my life piece! How am I gonna recover? But that's a major work in progress type of thing. Like, I shouldn't talk right now. Okay, does this damage? I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I feel like the Touhou scene, and like notably the high level main gameplay part of the scene, but like as a whole, does lack the high quality, like I'm so dead. Come on. Why do the red guys have to go so wide sometimes? The way they swing makes no sense. I hate the homing in this game. It's so dog shit. Like, the Touhou scene definitely lacks the, the high quality edited content that other scenes have to appeal to a broader and more normie audience. I say normies, putting a more standard audience and a bigger audience to attract people in. But unfortunately, that's one of those things where in order to do that, you kind of have to have like a good budget for it, and I don't have a great budget for it. Like, Touhou's very popular, but in a different way than, like, a lot of more major things. Like, its content, per se, doesn't really get the interactions that a lot of other things would do. For the average person, I disagree. I think anywhere where there's a story to be told in some sort of edited form is... I am not a particularly big fan. I don't really watch his stuff. I've seen a few things, but I don't really watch his stuff. But I'm not throwing shade this way. I feel like Summoning Salt is the perfect example of I don't believe the statement that was just said. I could name some more, too. Like, different people are obviously going to be more intrigued by certain types of content, right? Like, that's just, like, some people are going to enjoy different things more, you know. Some people don't, just these examples, some people don't like turn-based RPGs in the slightest. Some people love them. And so different people watch stuff like that, but, like, one thing I feel like YouTube, and, like, especially more modern, as time has gone on, as we've, like, decreased from, like, the Let's Play era a bit, and gone into, like, where we currently are, like, I feel like so much is dominated by by the best levels of entertainment, like really good entertainers, and really high quality, like, edited content like that. Storytelling. Okay, it's entertainment as a whole, right? Like, that's... Twitch and YouTube are very similar in this concept. Like, I'm not a particularly big Summoning Salt fan by any means, but, like, there's a reason why what he does works, and, like, sure, like, exactly what he does could, like, vary in, like, how like, viewed it's gonna be, but, like, his stuff's really popular for a reason. And kind of regardless of the content. You filthy cat bastard. Like, there's some people that no matter what you try, you're not going to make them like X thing, but, like... There's a lot of people that aren't into X thing just because they've never been exposed to it. And there's a lot of people that don't necessarily care. I should not talk during Cat's Walk. Although that was not a case of me dying via talking during Cat's Walk. But I feel like there's a lot of people, I myself have been included in this list, but, like, who don't particularly love... Who aren't, like, really into X thing. Like, they don't... like watch something because... Why did I do anything I just did? Who don't, like, watch something because of what the content is, but because, like, the person. Because they like the entertainment. Like, there's a lot that I've watched over the years, and stuff I've gotten into, not necessarily because I was, like, interested in it before, but, like, I, you know, stumble upon it via YouTube or something, and some people are good at entertaining, and you like them. So you start watching something, even if you never really cared for it before. I've watched some Magic the Gathering content on and off for a good, like, 6 months. I have played Magic the Gathering for, like, 2 weeks when I was, like, 12. And yet I found myself, watching a Magic the Gathering person because I liked his content a lot. And I liked him. I've never watched other, like, Magic the Gathering stuff. And, like, in the Touhou content scene, like, I'm ignoring, like, the artist scene, you know, like, I'm ignoring, like, the art scene, which is, like, very popular online, of course, and, like, the Touhou fan games are probably more diverse than literally any other thing for a multitude of reasons. But in terms of, like, content-wise, you know... You know, for multiple reasons, there's a reason why, like, not that they're particularly, like, big, but, like, the two biggest to average people are, like, that was really, I should have gotten it right early there, are, Naro and, Asprey. And the only time outside of that you, like, tend to draw in, like, any real attention, which isn't that much, but, like, any real attention is the Touhou World Cup. Because it's probably the most organized and, like, it's not edited per se, but it's, like, the most... I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find. There's like a word. There's something that I'm trying to describe, but I can't, like, figure it out exactly. But there's an appeal to it, like, more. But, like, outside of, like, those few things, you know, there really isn't much of a scene in the content realm. And that's not taking shots at anyone. It'd be like, oh, wow, some people are bad at making content. But, like, that's... Yeah, well, for various reasons, I feel like Asprey has gotten to this point kind of just due to the running out of content sort of angle. I think it's just the evolution of, like, what he's done over time. It's no shot at him by any means. I like Asprey. I don't particularly, like, watch his stuff that much, but I like him. That informational videos about characters and lore, like 230k views. Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, if you look at that, like, type of video, that's, like, the high-quality edited style of video. Now, you could scrutinize, oh, this isn't as good as, like, some other thing, but, like, that's the point, right? Like, look at that video on, like, inconsistencies in Touhou. And, like, look at the difference between that and, like, a VOD. And you can't just say, oh, people who do gameplay and stuff and, like, do VODs and just like, stream with VODs are going to be not that popular because there's a lot of people, I'm not saying Touhou people, but like outside of that like stream, main form like this, but like get hundreds of thousands to millions of views on like high quality edited style videos. And then that, that kind of attracts people to the Twitch then, and then that kind of, it kind of scales up, but... So I remember, there's one thing I've heard before from a streamer who is of a very good size. I'm not going to necessarily name names, but he talked about how the thing about Twitch is really good, especially with its consistency. The problem with Twitch is you need to draw people to you. Twitch is really bad at like building yourself up. You have to have some other source to get yourself up. Like a lot of people use YouTube to draw people in. Oops. 16 no-scoping horror video. I'm not that brain rotty. But it's the type of content that draws people in. I think one of the best examples I see is compared to what at least Asprey reaches on YouTube. Yeah. Well, that's YouTube views versus Twitch views are also hard to compare. Also, active Twitch viewers are worth well more. Like a single viewer active, like a additional single +1 viewer on Twitch is worth way more than a single view on YouTube. I'm not talking monetary. I'm just talking like broadly, right? Like 100 active viewers on Twitch is like absurd compared to like 1,000 views on a YouTube video. Now, of course, there's an aspect that you still have to be a good entertainer, especially if you're streaming. A big YouTube, like, you definitely have to be, but like, YouTube will let you be a little more creative, unless you're streaming on YouTube, but, like, YouTube lets you be a little more creative with, like, creating things. You don't have to be as on-the-spot entertaining, as you can script up things a bit better, and cut and edit things more. Sometimes I'm in a good mood, like right now, and I'm talkative, and, you get me on a topic, and it's better content. Sometimes I'm just not in a good mood, and I tend to be quiet. I can't cut that out of the stream. Like, the only answer is me, if I want to be a better entertainer, I gotta be better at, even when it's struggling to make something, you gotta still find a way to be entertaining. That's what pulls out, like, a lot of the top people across YouTube and Twitch. I get turned into drama and just start trying to make beef and start just doing drama all the time. That's an easy way for a cheap engagement farming, surely. Get to kiss your bird during Talkmac. Content game is a fickle one. It's also really hard to get into it like the bigger level because generally the higher budget per se you can put into content and the more time you can put into it, the better it can be. But like only people at the top can really afford that type of thing, afford to spend, you know, their time like that. Not everyone, most people can't. So, like, getting into it is a really difficult feat. I kept sub-sun, so, you know, that's worth something. So, hello, Kageyama. Well, that wasn't the prettiest run, but it was a run. And I was in a good mood, so I played it out. Was that a perfect Oku? Or did I die once on her? I know I died to the mid-boss. But did I perfect... Was that perfect? This is the first time in a while I have had broken speed up. It's been like a month since speed up didn't work properly, so we gotta watch the credits in full. That was a perfect go. I can't think of a miss because I'm pretty sure I capped UNR. I think I capped PETA. I know I capped Takamac and Sub-Sun, so I think that was perfect for Oku. So you know what? We take those every day of the week, and they all lived happily ever after. By the way, ignore all the rest of the games down the line. Okay, it's been about an hour and a half. I'll go for another. Good day. We had a fun run there. As weird as that run was, perfect Oku is a fun run. And we had one good pace earlier, so... So yeah, this goes to like the line of it being difficult making content. Like that last run was so much fun. And I think a large part of that is I get talking on a concept. And I get engaging with some sort of topic, and it's entertaining. But like, trying to do that all the time is not easy. Like a bringer of joy, clearly. I love me a Kaneko. Kaneko, one of the best. You know, another interesting question down the content line is how much are you willing to sell your soul, sell your dignity as well? And what are the audiences you want to appeal to, right? Or that you're trying to appeal. I don't say want to appeal to. I feel like if you're like actively trying to appeal to a certain audience, it's not going to work. But, like, what's the audience that you do appeal to? Unless you're actively trying to appeal to, like, a younger, more brain-rotty audience, quote-unquote. Although that's kind of like a really difficult thing to define. get the YouTube Fortnite compilations going. Get the TikTok brain rot. I think one of the most important things is doing what you want to do rather than trying to appeal to as a whole. Or appeal to certain things as a whole. People, groups. Words are not easy at times. But whatever I like doing, whoever watches, yeah. I've mentioned it before, but the two biggest reasons I started streaming over a year ago at this... Wow, it has been over a year at this point. But, 14 months. 14 and a half months. Regularly. But, it's like... A, it's good discipline to get me to play Touhou more. But also, it's like, I'm doing this, and I'm like, I could stream the process. And I feel like I've gotten better at it. Not great, but definitely better. Like, I've always done in the mind of, like, if there are people that watches, great. That might sound a little too dejecting towards people watching. I guess what I more meant was like when I started out, and even a fair bit now, it was more like along the lines of like, I'll do what I do, and if people watch me, then great. But like if nobody watches me, then it's not like there's any difference than what I was necessarily doing before, right? But I've commented it to my friends before, and I've said, like, I feel like there's a sort of gold mine for Touhou content, because like I said, for like the edit style content, like you have Naru who's done but Asprey who's done a little bit, but like it just really doesn't. I don't know what it looks like in the East, in all honesty, but at least here in the West, like it just really doesn't exist. Anywhere. I'm not saying it's like, boom, you're gonna get millions of views. But like so many parts of the Touhou like scene, whether it be like like lunatic level gameplay, more casual level gameplay, certain fan games, are all really I don't know what the best term is. I'm just gonna call them family oriented, but like there's definitely a better term than just that. But I play lunatic Touhou, obviously. I like try to at a high level. And I've engaged with that scene before, and it's a fun scene. There's a lot of people, or there's a good amount of people there, but like it's a very reclusive scene, and that like maybe with the exception of a little bit during the Touhou World Cup, that's like basically all the people who engage with the scene. It's like it's very like family oriented is the term I use. There's definitely a better term I can't think of off the top of my head. And that's like everywhere, right? I feel like that's like all across the Touhou scene. Like all the different groups have their groups, have the people that engage with that content, but like I'm not talking just like YouTube content, but just engage in those groups, but like it's very grouped, it's very segmented. There's no area besides maybe like art that like garners massive like outside attention just from the people in like that group. Like, of course, Touhou's very well known. It's very popular in a broad sense. But it's also very popular in a way that's significantly different than, like, most other things that are popular, per se. It's one of those things that, like, it always lingers. It's always there. It's never in the front. It's usually in the back, but it's always been there. Two special abilities, so you only show them off. Yeah, like... That's unfortunately the nature of, like, you know, people make content creation, especially when they're trying to be, like, really good at something, is, like, how do you make the content as approachable as possible, right? Because there are players who are top level or, like, you know, quote-unquote pro level at their respective games that are good at content creation. And there are some who aren't. It's not a one-to-one. But there's some people that are, like, really good entertainers. Who can find a way to, even through a lot of losses and failures and issues, figure out how to convey good quality content that people like. It's storied content, per se. Oh, damn it, I didn't. That this queen never got to play Touhou officially. That you know of. Maybe she was a secret gamer behind the scenes. But I don't necessarily buy that innately content like this can't be made popular. Because, you know, you're just winding through runs of something over and over again. Because speedruns exist. And, like, there are really popular speedrunners. Not a ton. There are a lot of not particularly popular speedrunners. But it's a similar concept. There's a lot of people that, like, run through days in weeks with just getting mediocre gameplay content. And yet they're still quite popular. Because of who they are, the content they can make out of it, and they're just them being good entertainers. A lot of people show up to some things for the gameplay and they stay for the person. Like, you show up for the content of a specific video and you stay because of the person involved. Because you're like, oh, I like them, and then you keep watching their stuff. Sometimes regardless of whatever the content is, because you like them. And you're like, Oh, this video? I don't know anything about this, or I know a little bit about this, but I'll probably like it because I like this person. Regular runs of fan games? Not that much either. Yeah, outside of some of the niche areas of the gameplay scenes, like you don't really see much of the fan games. I've never really. Why do you go down, girl? I've never had too much interest in the fan games. Not that I like dislike them per se, but like I just don't have too much of an interest playing the fan games. Like perhaps someday, but like my line has been most of the like when I want to play Touhou, it's like if I want to play it like purely for fun without being like too serious, I play COD. And otherwise, it's like I enjoy and I want to grind like this at a high level. And I'm currently just more interested in the regular games for that. Not that I think the fan games are bad per se, but that's that. The bits I do are non-shmup Touhou content. Yeah, although I think a large part of that is just because shmup Touhou content doesn't exist at large scales. Like it just doesn't really exist anything for that. There doesn't exist people to make it potentially entertaining. I almost exclusively watch YouTube, but a lot of what I've grown to watching on YouTube is just like whether sometimes it's edited down content, sometimes it's not, but just like essentially Twitch VODs. But like on YouTube, where I don't have to watch them live because trying to catch things live is oftentimes a real pain in the ass. Sometimes it's like a full VOD, sometimes it's more edited style content, but... Or edited down to, like, VOD content, but... Here for chat. Well, I do appreciate people who chat a lot because it makes it easier for me to talk. It's a lot harder to engage in just in entertaining dialogue without feeling the reciprocation elsewhere. I can sometimes, but like I really have to get going on something, and that's not easy to do otherwise. But, like, I've seen people... Ironically, you gotta go, but you'll definitely be back eventually. What do you... How do you ironically have to go? What does that mean? I appreciate the good luck. I appreciate you being here. But what does that mean? Ironically, I have to go. I have to leave, but it's a joke. It's kind of as a joke. Anyway, what was I going on about? This the topic we're talking about. That might make sense. It still does kind of. It just comes off as funny, personally. Maybe I'm the only one who sees it, but who sees it that way. Oh, having good chatters. Well, chatters are nice, but like at the end of the day, like I said before, like on Twitch, lurkers are the backbone of it, right? Like, I'd never sit down and ask people to be like, guys, I really need chatting. Like, if I ever do that, please know it's like purely ironically. If I do that type of thing, I try to make it come off as like sarcastic as possible to try to get the irony across. But I feel like there's a lot of people who see, like, some random content. It's like, oh, that's niche content. And I've seen a lot of people take seemingly niche content that doesn't get, like, a lot of attention and then turn it to at least themselves getting a lot of attention. I'm not talking, like, 10K fucking views on Twitch and, like, millions and millions of views per video, like, on YouTube videos, but, like, you know, 100, 200 views on Twitch, active views on Twitch to thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even 100,000 views on YouTube. Like, I've seen people take completely, like, just, like, previously, like, borderline unwatched niche content and do that. For various reasons, depending on what it is, but it's just always an interesting thing to think about. I could beat this cat. I might know it right. Yeah, give me your energy. Smash that like button down below to pass your energy to me. Don't call me Elf Furry. But these are the type of things I've thought a lot about, because like I have a lot of time at work of just kind of like pondering to myself. Oftentimes I end up just like singing to myself, or just ranting about like some random niche mechanic in some like JRPG. But this is one of those things I've thought, or like, you know, every embarrassing memory you've ever experienced in your life. But sometimes you start dwelling, like, this is the thing I've dwelled on a bit. I've pondered. An energy if we spam the brick emo at the worst time. Well, I'll just turn off the monitor, don't worry. I have 3 monitors going. Games in my middle monitor, OBS in my left monitor, Twitch in my right monitor. So if I feel like it, I can just click the power button on my right monitor. In fact, usually when I get to about... When I get to Mountain Toss, I usually turn off my right monitor. On pace. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. right then. Usually once I hit stage 5, if I haven't previously, then I turn it off, like, every time. Because, like, in the early game, the distraction's a little distracting, but it's more than worth it. But sometimes I gotta lock in. Or try to lock in. Well, here for the money after all. Speaking of the money, after all, I actually, like, a week ago, I didn't actually realize how close I was. I got an email notification. I shouldn't talk during this. I got an email notification being like, oh, here's a Twitch pay. I was like, wow, that's my second Twitch payout I've ever gotten. I'm in it for the money. I'm just trying to rob all you guys blind. Guys, don't forget to subscribe via Twitch Prime. It's free if you have Prime. Don't. I can't even keep going on about that. Why? With that angle? It was because I was up and didn't move far enough right. You bastard. I deserve that one for talking like that. For making stupid conversation. Catch himself to the primes. Yeah, I went too ironic. I gotta make sure I don't go that far again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to repent for that one. It's Jover. Now the problem, if only I was a good editor. Now, the good news is, I know a really good editor. The bad news is, he works full-time with it, and has no spare time for that type of thing. Is Foom over? Yeah, true. Although one issue with the content style things is Touhou is especially tricky with it, I feel, compared to some things. Like, a lot of things are going to require focus and attention, especially if you're trying to be pretty good at it. But, like, Touhou is a lot more active focus at, like, all times than a lot of things. Basically, what I'm saying is Touhou is, like, the hardest type of games you could possibly play, so I deserve pity from people, and they need to pay more attention. So every time about losing a life, you'd be brain dead as ice, and that's true. There's a weird, there's a difficult balance of, how much you punish yourself over failing. Like, learning how to lose is really important, but, like, can't always sit there and be the most hypercritical of every time I die, but you also have to be at least somewhat critical. Or else you don't learn, you don't get better. But if you're too careful, then you just become depressed and you hate whatever you're doing. Blame your teammates when you die? Exactly. That's why I love online group games. My favorite. I like competitive 1v1 things, although I don't like chess. I have respect for people who are good at chess, but I don't particularly like the game. Rainbow's going to blame Suika. Yes, I can blame Suika. I have multiple 1 misses that, guess what, are only to the Suika attacks. So it's clearly her fault. Although blaming your teammate, isn't that just how the Alice Marissa shot works? I forget if it's this game, if it's IN, or both of them, but isn't one of them, like, they just spend the entirety of the game just, like, yelling at each other and arguing? I've realized the key to content for Touhou. It's like, oh, it was right on the tip of my nose the whole time. What is like one of the most like popular parts of Touhou? And something that like so many people love. The Yuri content. I just somehow gotta embrace that into my actual content. Figure out how to do, oh, it's perfect. That'll appeal to the masses more. Everyone loves some good old Yuri content. The Russian Cosmo not correct, yeah. Darcy's showing Reimu right now how much she loves her. Yeah. No, she's showing her how much she loves Yugi! Parsi Yugi, everybody, let's go! Everyone's favorite. They must love each other. Again, there begs the question: how do I get how do I become big without being like controversial? I can't make drama for this. Like, that's just cheap. Guys, such is actually like a really terrible person. Here's like some like Discord like message they sent one time. We need to like go cancel that and then get in like massive beef and start like trying to farm content that way. Easiest way to get around this, right? 11 LNN with Rainbow and Orange kissing as the thumbnail. Ooh, that's a good idea. Instead of getting like 60 views or something like my first LNN, that might get like 100 plus. Although that might be because more people do like SA of the lunatic players, so they're probably more likely to watch. Just gotta make the thumbnail like the most like obvious like cropped porn thumbnail you've ever seen. How'd you rate your band? Yuki, Parsi, Reimu, Orin, Reimu again, Iku, Kaguya, and Remy. I don't know, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10? 7.8 out of 10, too much water. Or is it 7.1 out of 10, too much water? I forget the IGN meme. Dude, if I wanted to make the easiest content, dude, if I get an LNN, putting, like, Reimu Oku kissing, or, like, Reimu plus anyone kissing, honestly, in this game, as the thumbnail, that would farm numbers. Like, compared to, like, what I get, like, normally. Next thing you know, I'm getting 100k views. I'm gonna forget to kiss the bird on my LNN. I might. It's very possible to start a talkback on like LNN pace. I'm gonna be completely like not like I won't think about it. Probably not. It's kind of instinctual for me to do it at this point, but also Mount Uwu, my beloved. Did the same thing I did last run. Or the run before. I am inside these bullets. This is a certified hitbox moment. Someone on their way to be like, oh my gosh, Reimu's so broken compared to Marissa. See, gotta farm in content like this guy. Yeah, this is the strats, guys. I'll make a big one of these years. Like, that's the type of thing, right? Like, I say I, like, massive asterisk, because, like, I don't think I have the, I don't think I personally have the skills to do so, but, like, I have an LNN, and I should eventually have another one. I don't plan on giving up anytime soon. But, like, I could take the LNN I currently have. It's definitely possible to get a really good story-written type of video. But I don't have confidence in myself to actually be the one to create that type of thing, unfortunately. Ah! And I feel like you could make something like that and get decent numbers. I'm not talking sitting here making get millions of views. But I'm talking like you could probably get solid numbers for Touhou numbers. But doing that is putting the time, the effort into it to make it good is a whole other epidemic in of itself. Don't worry, guys. With the power of AI, we will streamline this process and cheat the system. Boom, easy. Maybe I should make a band and like make Touhou songs, like do covers and shit. Ooh. I don't have a great singing voice. What's a little auto-tune? Oh, the demons are parading around the town. My, what a lovely day. Dude, you gotta make the great video. Dude, imagine like you get the run, it's just like get some sort of dramatic undertone, like Fog Labyrinth, or like deep how I conquered the ultimate demon. Like reference to Demon Parade, and then you start the video with that the undertone of like the summoning salt special, the wow. Just gotta hit him right in the ooh, gotta find some way to hit a chill factor somehow. You gotta instill emotion out of them. You gotta storytell. Name every fairy, then make up a backstory for each one so you can tell whole stories, so you can do a run while telling your own fanfic. I don't think you have to go quite there. I lost run, countless run over and over again to the demon of Fog Labyrinth until boom. Cut to me capping Fog Labyrinth with some like really like dramatic like violin in the background, trying to like appeal to like the chills. But even with that, the run wasn't done as is. There was still more ahead. Nothing's more terrifying than the demon of Catwalk. Fuck you, Catwalk! Oh, we may have passed Catwalk. That's the run over. Wrong. There are still a great many demons that lie beyond Catwalk. Wow. Some thought beating Lost Bridge Legend with Koishie was impossible. I proved them wrong. Dun dun. Does Orin pee in her cat or human form? She probably does in both. I would expect. She's probably done in both, I'd assume. And it got even worse when that damn cat came back in. Yeah, that's perfect. The cat has been haunting my dreams. For months she sat there and tormented me. Attempt after attempt, falling short. I could feel it slipping between my fingers every time. Until... Don't forget to spin your cat, by the way, everybody. If you have a cat, go spin them right now. They love it. It's important for upkeep. I don't know what I mean by upkeep. Cat, which cat? Michael cat. Spin the cat, then kiss the cat. We will kiss the cat later. In a couple attacks. 3 attacks, to be precise. Although I don't usually go... Unlike the bird, I usually don't go out of my way to point out the fact that I'm kissing the cat. Try to keep that one under the rug, you feel? Like, I don't try to publicize that one. Orin gets a little shy, you know, hee. Not in front of Buzz. I should have gone to the right. It's probably the same. He drifted too much to the right. No, my Neils of Yori streak is ruined today with 2 losses to it. It's unbelievable. Oh, we're gonna kiss the cat, by the way. Well, see? I normally don't call it, but I gotta call it out once in a while. Gotta appeal to the Nekopara fans. Ah, shit, there's not enough Yuri on screen right now. Oh, shit, how do I fix that problem? To give the bird a kiss. To be fair, I already did kiss her earlier today, and unless I reset the run before her, which I don't think I will at this point. Usually, by the time I'm on stage 6, I'm usually more than willing to play out the run at this point. What I gotta do to appeal the Urians is like how I have like my like credit, my like ending blocker. What I should do is just like I'll have something like this that like every like 2 minutes I'll just pop up. It's some like, you know, just some like just like Reimu and Marissa kissing like every like 2 minutes. But I gotta make sure it's like a different image every time. You gotta keep people engaged, right? I think Blazing Wheel is innately the hardest attack to talk during. Boap, my beloved. And even after all that, after all the work to make it this far, there's still one bird in the way. Wow. Hello, Ogu. Maybe when I'm at work, I should slowly start practicing script writing. Then after like 2 years, I'll have some fire, and then I can make a video around that. Nice UNR. Unironically, nice UNR. You know, one thing that Touhou does have going for... I should dive during beta. I mean, it's not like this is like a super important pace run or anything, but... One thing Touhou does have going for it is that it is, for people who do not know Touhou or are not familiar with, like, shmups a lot, it is a very easy game to recognize what's going on without having game knowledge. Like, sometimes you'll be distracted by, like, the right things and you're not going to know necessarily where to look 100%. But, like, it's a very easy, like, concept to grasp. Like, this isn't some RPG where you're going to, like, know numbers or something and, like, know more context behind certain things. But, like, it's really, like, bare bones gameplay. It's a very simple concept that you don't need to have, like, knowledge behind it of like, having seen it before to... like, understand kind of, like, what's going on. In its most basic level, at the very least. Like, generally speaking, everyone can look, oh, there's bullet, you know, you gotta dodge the bullet. Like, that's pretty straightforward. Like, people can look at this attack. Like, people who have no knowledge of it are not going to know, like, where to look of, like, focusing on any specific thing, but they can see this be like, oh, yeah, this is a hard attack. And they can recognize the dodging and the gameplay around it. It was the bullet gets got big, you know? Subterranean sus. Still, even at the end of the run, there's one more attack. Wow. Is that 2 perfect Okus? That's kind of pretty hard. Wish you could forget how to look at the screen sometimes, yeah. Like, I think back to when I got into Touhou sometimes, like, 5 years ago. Over 5 years, like 6 years. 7 years ago at this point, wow. And, like, I would, like, look at, like, Suwako Extra Stage, and I'm like, whoa, this is, like, that's just, like, it's just wild to me. And nowadays, I'd, like, it's like you don't look at, like, 90% of the screen anymore. You just, like, you see, like, 2 things. Okay, good run to end around. Good day as a whole. We had one really good pace. That was a 3 miss? I think that was a 3 miss. Also, no speed up right now. Gotta love it. And then you have that one person in the comments saying, you know, LOL K normal clown piece is actually harder than on Lunatic. Always my favorite. You know, sometimes I realize that it doesn't transition out of the credit screen. I actually have to shoot. True, 100% true. Yeah. This is one of the easier. Well, hell yeah, yep. That one always has to go there. Because whenever someone makes something, even if it's not intentional, there has to be someone there to try to demean it in some way, regardless of content. Like, even if it's not intentional, someone has to go to the way to try to demean it. You thought this was hard. Wow, I got my Touhou 7 LNN. Have you ever seen LOL K before, dude? Oh. Okay, that's a good run to end around for the day. Almost 2.5 hours. Solid day. 2 perfect Okus, by the way. 2 perfect Okus. That's really nice.